Alright, today is another day in my daily reading of this book, In Search of Our Mother's Gardens. Well, every other day I'm reading this book, and every other day I'm reading the Green Book. So today I read this chapter on the civil rights struggle, starting with this poem. It is true, I've always loved the daring ones, like the young black man who tried to crash all barriers at once. Wanted to swim at a white beach in Alabama, nude. Of all the poems during the period of most intense struggle for civil rights, the early 60s, this one from Once remains my favorite. I like it because it reveals a moment in which I recognize something important about myself and my own motivations for joining a historic, profoundly revolutionary movement for human change. It also reveals why the term civil rights could never adequately express Black people's revolutionary goals, because it could never adequately describe our longings and our dreams, or those of the non-Black people who stood among us, and because as a term, it is totally lacking in color. In short, although I value the civil rights movement deeply, I've never liked the term myself. It has no music, it has no poetry. It makes one think of bureaucrats rather than of sweaty faces, eyes bright and big for freedom, marching feet. No one thinks instead of metal filing cabinets. No, one thinks instead of metal filing cabinets and boring paperwork. This is because civil rights as a term is a term that did not evolve out of Black culture, but rather out of American law. As such, it is a term of limitation. It speaks only to physical possibilities, necessary and treasured of course, but not of the spirit, even as it promises assurance of greater freedoms. It narrows the area in which people might expect to find them. No wonder Black Power, Black Panther Party, even Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party and Umoja always sounded so much better and sui generis, if in the end they accomplish perhaps less. When one reads the poems, especially of the period, this becomes very clear. The poems, like the songs of that time, reveal an entirely different quality of imagination and spirit than the term civil rights describes. The poems are full of protest and civil disobedience, yes, but they are also full of playfulness and whimsicality, an attraction to world families and the cosmic sea, full of a lot of naked people longing to swim free.